But just know that you have to be prepared for the possibility that you could be wrong and that it's going to cost you if you are. So don't following me is the for the faint of heart. So do not follow me unless you see me do something that helps you in some way. I'm just giving you something to think about. I want you to always know the pros and cons of every decision you make because that's another problem is that too many people invest and they don't have a full understanding of the dark side. They don't have a relationship with losing money. They only see the upside, and that can be a problem. But then at the same time, though, a lot of black investors have too much of a relationship with the dark side. And that is what they call extreme risk aversion, almost to the point where it's a mental illness that comes from trauma. And that's why in the Black Financial Therapy Department in the Black Business School, we study trauma so much. And we found in the research, surprise, surprise, that people, those of you, we studied you, that was who the study was done on, that those of you who experience high trauma scores also struggle with investing and just the anxiety that might come with the possibility of losing money. So you got to heal in order for you to really get the money. Okay. All right. So let's see here. How do we can we donate to the Black Business School at this point as Christian? You know what? We don't have donors. I'd rather give you value. I believe trade is better than charity because charity would drain you. Yeah, and I know a lot of universities will take donors and all that, and I appreciate that. But I'd rather give you something of value. I don't want you to be like, oh yeah, I wrote a check to the school because it was a not right thing to do. I'd love for us to just give you something where you're like, yeah, I made an investment in the school and I really got my money's worth. I got something of greater value than what I put in. But yeah, I mean, shoot, raising money, when you do stuff like this, when you're like, independently black and proud and you talk about wealth and ownership instead of just, seeking jobs or hey everybody, let's all vote for this politician. You're kind of like an orphan. You're an economic orphan, and you have to be strong to do that, and we're strong, and we're doing that. But it does help when people step up and support. So if you have the resources, a way you can support might be little things like we got this convention coming up called the All Black National Convention that's going to be in Brooklyn, or actually the Hyatt on the Hudson. So it's in Jersey City technically, but Brooklyn's right there. We had to kind of keep the cost down, and that's expensive. It's very expensive. So sponsors are welcome. And what we'd like to do is in exchange for your sponsorship, we want to shout you out. We want to give you visibility. We want to support what you're doing. So maybe if you wanted to make a donation, you could sponsor something and put it in the name of your mama. If your mama, passed away and she's in heaven, like my mama, and you miss her, I can introduce your mama to my mama in heaven, and I could mention your mama's name and say this sponsorship is in the name of Mary Beth Wilson, who was a believer in family and wealth and black success, right? That kind of thing. So you can sponsor everything from the Wi-Fi to pieces of the gala. We have sponsorship levels from 3,000 up to 25,000. And so you can feel free to do that. So if you want to do that, you can write the email address down. If somebody could write in the chat, I'd appreciate it. It's manager@boycewatkins.com. That's manager@boycewatkins.com. And if you email manager@boycewatkins.com, she can forward you to the right people and make it happen. Okay. So thank you for suggesting that. Or you could just buy something, sign up for something. That's another way to support. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Sharon. Hey Doc, what do you think about Figma and Circle? I'm gonna tell you, I think right now, Sharon, those stocks are like in that risky category because the market's just kind of in this place where it's like almost like when I was little, I used to tell my mama jokes like that. I used to have a joke book, right? And I would chase my mom around the house just so I could tell her jokes. And the more I analyze it, the more I realize that I think that I just had this deep joy of making my mama laugh, right? I would tell her a joke, she'd start laughing, and that became my thing.